Over to you. I'm at your mercy.
We are going to edit, Papa.
You know the cool. You know.
Guys, it's your girl Jasmine, and you're welcome back to another YouTube video. So today I have with me one of my co-workers. We're going to be talking about like the tech industry. Is there money in the tech industry? Is it actually beneficial? Can you make money like as compared to other jobs in Ghana? So I'll just let him introduce himself.
Thank you very much. Hi guys, my name is Tyler. I'm a front-end developer with a company here in Ghana. I do some freelance work on the side as well, and I'm excited to get into this video. So over to you. I'm at your mercy.
Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
Guys, we did computer science back in school, but it's not just going to be restricted around computer science. We're going to be talking about like cybersecurity, information systems, information technology. What else is there?
Um, Software development.
Software development, even computer engineering. We're just going to be cutting across everything. Yeah. Okay, so the first question: how long have you been working for?
I would say I've probably had about 5 years professional working experience, but working with companies, I think it's about 3.5 years.
Okay. So, do you think having a degree in a tech related like it was worth it? Your 4 year
Mm.
degree was actually worth it.
No,
Why?
no, it was a waste of time. Me personally, I would advise anybody who wants to pursue something in tech shouldn't go to university. Don't do 4 years. Just find an online course, a boot camp or something. Do 3 months, 6 months maximum, and you'd be well equipped to get a role in the software engineering space. I mean, it's that simple. Me personally, um, I did IT in school, and everything I learned in school, I've not applied any of it in my professional life. I mean, if I was depending on my IT career, my IT degree, I wouldn't be working. I would be at home.
So
Yeah.
your take is people shouldn't pursue a 4 year
I mean, it's to each is their own. Some people want to go to the university and get like connections, meet new people, that kind of thing. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But if you are looking to like have a career out of like your schooling in the IT space, I don't advise universities. I just it's a waste of time, honestly. Like it's better to do a diploma, a 2 year diploma. Just get your footing in the like school educational side of the tech space, then just get like some 6 month or 3 month boot camp, learn the skills, make it more focused. Because you notice in the university, you went to the university to do IT or software engineering, then you end up doing African studies and French and so many unrelated things, right? I mean, I'm not saying they are not important, but in Ghana we learn social studies, African studies since primary school. Why are we still
Yeah,
learning it in university?
that's
Do you get it? So like it should be more focused. And in the university, you notice that most of the time they are teaching you a lot of things and it's all basics. You go and learn maybe like what is this thing called? Computational programming. You just learn the introduction of it. Then they'll switch you to Java. You learn the intro of it. Then they'll switch you to C plus plus. You don't learn it. So they
yeah.
just mix so many things and you end up being confused as to what you want to do. Right? But if you're more focused and you know what you're trying to achieve at the end of the day, you can you can just like have a focused approach. You get it? Yeah. Me personally, that's what I think the ideal approach should be. Like learn self-learning, learn on your own, use like the boot camps. There are a lot of YouTube videos nowadays that's teaching a lot of things. You can learn from there too. Yeah.
Okay, but then some companies want to know like you actually went to the university because
Mm.
people feel like the degree is actually beneficial and stuff. Because even in interviews, some people want to know like where did you school?
Mm.
Even during NSS, they ask where you did your undergraduate study.
Yeah. I mean, like that I think that was the norm back in the day, but I think the climate is now shifting. People
But
don't
I'm now
necessarily,
sorry to cut you. I'm
yeah,
now doing my NSS, and it was still asked.
yeah, I understand that. But then imagine this: if they had asked you which school you went to, and you had told them that, oh, you haven't gone to school yet, but you've done this, and that, you're able to show them projects that you've actually worked on, real life projects that add value to what the company is trying to achieve. No company will see that and tell you that because you didn't go to the university and have a degree, they will not pick you. Do you guys it?
Okay.
Because me personally, when I was interviewing with companies, there wasn't one single company that asked me that what degree do I have, or what is my degree qualification, whether it was first class, second class. Nobody asked that. They only asked to see projects you've done, explain the projects, your use cases, and stuff like that. Do you get it? Yeah. I think in the tech space, it's more about what you can do and what you can prove you can do than your degree.
Okay. So you said you had like a professional experience for about 3 years, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So in that 3 years, when you were first starting out, were you being like taken seriously like how you are now? What's the difference?
Yeah, okay. I think for mine is a little bit different because when I joined my company, I was the first of my kind in my company. Right? I joined as a front end developer, and as of the time I joined, the company was full of full stack developers, back end developers, and infra people. They didn't have any like focused person who's doing front end. So when I came, even though I came in as a junior, but I was working as a senior from the get go because a lot of people were coming to me for advice on front end related stuff. So in a way, it also pushed me to learn more, right? Because usually when you start at a company, you start at a lower level. You have like a supervisor or something that does what you do, that guides you in doing stuff. But it was different for me because when I joined as the only person in my field. So I was my own supervisor, my own teacher, and everything,
Yeah.
right? And I was indirectly teaching other people as well. So I ended up learning a lot of things that have been beneficial to me, and I mean, now I'm in a position where I can also pass on that knowledge to other people for them to not go through what I went through when I joined. Yeah.
Okay. So when you Google online, sometimes it says like let's say in US. I know we're not supposed to compare because it's
Mm-hmm,
different, but
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
there are software developers that are junior and they're taking like if I'm not mistaken, maybe 5K dollar a
Yeah.
month. And then in Ghana we have people taking like 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's sad, but that's the reality in our end of the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, Africa is slowly becoming a tech focused area, but then it's still slow, right? People, even though people know that tech is like a growing space, but the people in power in Africa, most of them are not really like, how do I even put it? They don't really see it to be as big as it is, right? Someone will value an architect like designing a home for them and pay that architect maybe like 20, 50,000 CDs or something. And you, a software developer, are going to build an application for someone, you charge the person 50, 100,000, they'll be like, hey, yeah, then website, okay. Do you
Yeah.
get it? But that's the reality of the thing. And I mean, it's not fair, but like, you are a product of your environment. So where you are, you adapt to it. Even though we try to change the narrative and try to make people understand that okay, it's not necessarily just websites. Okay, like there are things, there are processes that go into it. It's just like building a house, right? Don't slack off on some materials, otherwise the house will collapse. So it's the same thing with software engineering. If you slack off on some places, maybe I'll have a family, and I said I'll charge you 20,000 for the front end development. Like I said, $20,000. Then you go and find someone who charge you 3,000.
The
Obey
website
Yamal.
will break
But
after
then
2 months.
exactly, you not be getting any conversions in and out. Then now you come back to me. Now feed them say you need 20,000, 40,000. That's it. So that's how it is. But it's not fair though. But what can we do? I have a friend who works remotely and he's collecting like $2,000 as a junior, right? And I have another friend who is working at another company at the same level and he's collecting like 1,500 cities, right? So that one too. You get it?
Okay, when you said the remote thing, it reminded me of something. So I have another question. Which is more beneficial, having a 9 to 5 physically in Ghana,
Mm.
or having let's say a 9 to 5 remotely, maybe working with a company or an individual outside the country, where you're being paid in dollars. When you
Mm.
convert it to cities, I mean that's a lot.
Yeah.
Which one would you prefer?
Yeah. I mean, like, at the end of the day, ain't a physical, right? But then I think usually the remote jobs, because of the working hours, is usually easier to do when you are younger, right? But if you are like, let's say in your 40s or 50s, it's more difficult to do a remote job because the hours are different. Your colleagues will go to work maybe at 9 a.m. here to 5 p.m. here. Your job will start at like 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So the next day, there's 4 a.m. You guys, so you work in the night. So I mean, if you are younger, then you have the energy to do that kind of thing. And usually the remote jobs pay more, right? I mean, I don't think there was any software engineer in Ghana here that is not actively chasing a remote gig. In IAPB, right? So I think I mean, the incentives for doing remote are better than working the traditional 9 to 5 here in Ghana. But there are some companies that are in Ghana that pay well too. So I mean, it depends on where you end up at. You get it? Yeah.
And should you just have like a 9 to 5, or can you have other stuff in addition? Because TikTok, social media, people in the US are actually pursuing that. But in
Yeah.
Ghana, because people, I don't know if they don't have the knowledge about it or if they are scared of people judging them,
Mhm.
like you're sending it to your friends to post, then they are
Yeah.
laughing at you.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that?
No, I mean that's the thing. Like we're in an environment where some of these things are foreign to a lot of people. I mean, people usually don't believe you can do something until you do it. When they do it, when you finally do it, and they're like, "Oh, I was there," but in reality, you weren't.
Yeah.
You get it. So I mean, it's up to you to like have your own like goal. You have your end goal in mind. You work towards it because there are people here in Ghana that started this YouTube thing and they were also laughed at. Won't go pay Juma here also YouTube, right? And they are making it out there. Have it almost and now people are saying that no, yeah, madam for now. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that thing here is something that happens a lot here, but I feel like at the end of the day, it's a personal thing, right? I mean, some people can be content with having like a 9 to 5 that pays them well. Somebody to have the 9 to 5 and it feels like nah, like I need to do more to like get a comfortable life. So that one there, I mean, me personally, there I believe in multiple streams of income. 9 to 5, you have to do other things. But then, yeah, I believe that like at the end of the day, it's up to you, the individual, what you want to do, what you want to achieve out of like whatever you're doing. Yeah.
And let's say you're in the tech industry or even nursing and stuff like that in
Mhm.
Ghana, when people go to your social media and they say you're posting yourself in a bikini, you're
Yeah.
doing this, people don't take you seriously. Let's say
Yeah.
for you for example,
Yeah.
and you're wearing shorts, you're showing like your body, you're working out.
Yeah.
Do you think people actually take you seriously when you go and propose like a project to them or something really amazing?
Yeah. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. Like it's the environment, like in the Ghanaian environment, we're very conservative about a lot of things, right? So we're slowly adapting to that ideology that like people can have their personal lives and actually be professional when it comes to their professional lives. But then, like me personally, my mandate is that we should keep the private and the professional separate, right? So what I usually do is like for instance, social media like this. I have a work social media and I have my private social media. So work social media, I give it to my colleagues, yeah. Then private social media, I give it to my friends. You get it? And it's not everybody that can be your friend. Like there are people in the office that are your colleagues, but they should stay your colleagues. They shouldn't graduate to becoming friends. I mean, you can be cordial with people in the office, ha ha ha. Doesn't necessarily mean that the person is your friend. Because that person now go and enter your private social media, not going to be not their back company or what you say. Then it becomes a whole thing. But then you thought it was your friend. You get it? And yeah, so that thing there, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be um protective of yourself, of your image, right? Because the professional space is unforgiving. You get it? I mean, you can have fun, you can go out, do whatever you want to do, have it in your private space with like outside friends, maybe a couple of friends in the company, not colleagues, because colleagues what they can show you. So yeah, I mean, and if you are like going for projects and stuff like that, obviously you shouldn't use your private like socials and stuff like that to go and pitch for projects. No,
Okay, so you advise people to create two social media
Exactly,
accounts. What if they
exactly.
want to create one but they still want to have
I mean,
fun?
at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like you now, you watch, you see the circles you have, the kind of circles you want to be in, and you look at your social media and say that okay, does this allow me to get to those circles I want to be in? You get it? Because you can't. At the end of the day, it's a free world, but then freedom is your freedom. You can't impose your freedom on someone else.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Maybe what you feel is okay is nothing to someone is something. Wrong. So those kind of things. I mean, there's a fine line between being expressing yourself and being free and offending someone. Do you get it? Yeah.
Okay, so comparing tech jobs to other jobs, would you advise people to do it? I think you actually answered that.
Yeah.
Even though like it's not a straight path, you see someone doing nursing, you
Hmm.
go to nursing training. After you're done, the government just posts you, you
Yeah.
start working.
Yeah.
But if you do a course like computer science, information technology, even a couple of other courses,
Yeah.
but after you're done with your service, you have to stay home and then maybe now apply for jobs.
Hmm.
Or if you're lucky, the company you worked for might employ
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing with like especially this skills based jobs, right? I think outside teaching and nursing and the doctor courses, I don't think there was any other course that just throws you a job right
Yeah.
on your laps, right? So I mean, it cuts across a lot of industries. Me personally, I don't believe in luck per se, right? I believe in being prepared. Ne- So they say being lucky is when the opportunity meets your preparedness, right? So you prepare for the kind of job you want and you put yourself out there. An opportunity will come. When the opportunity comes and you are prepared, nobody can stop you from getting that job,
That's
right? Because when I completed university, um, me and my friend group, right, the time I decided to pursue like my software engineering passion to get a job in software engineering, most of them were still at home, right? And I was telling them that they should start learning software engineering. Either they learn front end, back end, or data analytics. One of them, they should learn it, right? Two of my friends actually took my advice and started learning. One of them started to learn front end engineering. One of them started to learn data analytics. The other two were still on the I'm hustling thing, right? Fast forward, the guy who decided to learn front end engineering now has a remote job. He's being paid about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. The other guy who decided to learn data analytics, he's working at Hapagloid now, and I think he's being paid about 10,000 cedis a month with benefits. And the Hapagloid guy, his story is very interesting because when he applied to Hapagloid, he saw a post on LinkedIn. One of my other friends got a job there, he posted it. And he also went to apply. So when he applied, he went through the whole process and he was there. His name is Senna, and they took him in. So they took him in thinking that he was a girl because Hapagloid wanted female employees in tech. So when they saw Senna, they thought he was a girl and they took him in. So when I went for the interview, they were surprised, like, Senna and you're a guy. But then because he was prepared and he had a lot of things to show, they couldn't like just throw him away. Do you get it? So that was his luck. And because he was prepared, the luck paid off. Right? And they fought, I think his supervisor there, after his probational period, it was his supervisor that fought for him to stay in the company. I think she was a woman, fought for him to stay in the company. And because he was prepared, if he wasn't prepared, there was no way would have
Yeah.
exactly. So that's why I say I don't believe in luck. I believe in being prepared. Because when you're prepared and the opportunity comes, nobody can take it away from you. That's what I say.
The
Yeah.
moral of the story: be prepared and also have luck.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I think we are done. You're done with the
On
question.
that end. All right. So we're signing off now.
So, okay, so I'm done with my questions. Do you have anything else you'd like to tell anyone who wants to pursue tech?
Mm.
Do you think they shouldn't? Do you think they should go in for maybe nursing?
I mean,
Or
if you want to pursue tech, I think my only advice would be deliberate about it, right? Don't slack off. Like in as
speak to
much
them, tell them, look into the camera, and tell
in
them.
as much as in as much as you hear all the time that oh the tech bros or the tech girls are chopping money and things, they didn't just start chopping money. They were deliberate about it. There has been times where I have not slept the whole night, and I've been working for like a week straight. So, I mean, there are a lot of projects out there. Try and practice and get better. I mean, at the end of the day, you might also be here. Oh, you have not reached anywhere, so you can pass me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much for
too.
the words of wisdom.
Yeah, that's it. I'm young, oh. Don't think I'm old.
Okay, guys, so that's the end of the video. If you like the video, kindly subscribe, give it a thumbs up, turn on your post notification, turn on and share it. Kindly share it to all of your friends, share it on Snapchat, TikTok. You never know, there might be someone in your contact who wants to learn about tech, so let them know. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.